Welcome back. So today, we're diving into a really big question for anyone using AI in customer service. How do you make sure the stuff it's generating is actually, good? We're going to lay out a system, a quality engine, to make sure your AI isn't just fast, but consistently great.
And just a quick heads up before we get started, all the info in this explainer comes straight from Chapter 8 of the Prompt Engineering for Customer Service and Support tutorial by Virtualization Options LLC.
You've totally been there, right? The AI spits out a response in seconds, which is amazing. But then you spend the next 5 minutes trying to fix it. Maybe the tone is all wrong, it kind of missed the point, or it just sounds, well, like a robot. The truth is, speed is pretty useless without quality, consistency, and of course, safety.
So here's the most important thing to get. High-quality results from your AI aren't just luck. It's not about writing one perfect prompt and calling it a day. It's about building a reliable system, a process you can repeat that guarantees excellence every single time. And today, that's exactly what we're going to build together.
Our playbook has 4 pretty straightforward steps. First, we're going to define what good actually looks like by setting some quality metrics. Then, we'll walk through the absolutely essential human review process. After that, we'll get a little scientific with testing and refining prompts. And finally, we'll figure out how to scale all that success by building a prompt library.
Okay, let's jump right into step 1, defining your quality metrics. You know the old management saying, right? You absolutely cannot improve what you don't measure. So let's get really specific about what quality means for AI-generated stuff.
And here's a really important idea to grasp right away. Quality isn't just about what the AI gives you at the end. It all starts with what you put in. So we have to look at both things, the quality of our prompts, our instructions, and the quality of the AI's final output.
Now this is where it really starts to click. On this slide, you can see how quality breaks down into 6 key dimensions. So let's take accuracy, for instance. If the AI's output is just plain wrong, the problem is often a prompt that didn't have enough context. Or look down at safety. If you don't scrub out personal info in your prompt, guess what? It might just show up in the output. Every single problem you see in the output maps right back to a weakness in the prompt that you can fix.
All right, let's move on to our second step, which builds right on top of this, the human review process. And let me be clear, this part is totally non-negotiable. I don't care how good your prompts get, you should always treat AI-generated content like a first draft, not a finished product. So the key here is that AI is a collaborator, not a replacement. It gives you a fantastic starting point, like a big block of marble. But it's your human expertise, your empathy, and your judgment that turns it into a polished, personalized, and accountable response for a customer.
Now, an effective review isn't just a quick glance. It's a structured 5-step process. You start with the big picture, the structural review. Does this thing actually answer the customer's question logically? Then you zoom in to verify every single fact, every policy. Only then do you start tweaking the tone, adding those personal touches the AI can't possibly know. And finally, doing one last polish on the language to make sure it sounds human.
This whole review process is fantastic, but if you find yourself making the exact same edits over and over and over again, well, that's a huge red flag. It probably means the problem isn't the AI's output, it's your input. So the real question is, how do we proactively fix our prompts?
And that leads us perfectly into step 3, testing and refining prompts. Instead of just kind of guessing what makes a prompt better, we can use a data-driven approach, like A/B testing, to find out for sure. This is where we move from art to science.
And this just illustrates the whole concept beautifully. On the left, you've got version A, a super basic prompt. It's fine, but it's generic. Now, look at version B on the right. It's enhanced. It adds a whole persona, a rep who genuinely cares, and gives it clear emotional instructions, acknowledge inconvenience. It's such a small change in wording, but believe me, it leads to a huge change in the output.
And here is the payoff. The source material found that in a test, the enhanced prompt, version B, saved an average of 2 minutes of editing time per response. 2 minutes. Now, just multiply that by hundreds of customer interactions every single day across your entire team. The efficiency gains are absolutely enormous.
So you've found prompts that work like a charm. But how do you make sure that incredible knowledge doesn't just stay stuck inside your head? Well, that's our final step. Step 4, building a prompt library to capture and scale all those best practices.
I just love this quote from the source material. A prompt library isn't just some folder where you dump templates. Think of it more like your team's collective brain. It's all of your best practices, your proven strategies, all that institutional knowledge, captured in a way that anyone can grab and use. It turns one person's skill into a team-wide asset.
But listen, a great library is way more than just a storage folder. It needs these 4 pillars to actually work. First, it's got to be clearly organized, so people can find what they need without digging around forever. Second, the templates need detailed documentation explaining how and why they work. It also has to be collaborative, a place where the team can suggest improvements. And finally, it needs a process for continuous improvement, so it's a living, breathing resource that just keeps getting better.
So, when you put all 4 of these steps together, defining your metrics, the human review, the systematic testing, and a shared library, you create this powerful quality engine. This is what transforms AI from just a simple, fast tool into a truly powerful and reliable collaborator for your entire team.
Ultimately, it all comes down to this. Your AI is an incredibly powerful tool. There is zero doubt about that. But power is nothing without control. So the real question is, do you have the playbook, the system, to wield it effectively?